In our pursuit to protect all of our colleagues out there, it's so very unfortunate that I even have to do a podcast on this topic. But it's a story that needs to be told only because it has reared its ugly head again. And it's been going on since 2017 that we're aware of. We begin our podcast right there.
Welcome, all of you fantastic dental podcast listeners, to the My Practice, My Business Dental Podcast Show, where we help dentists profit and thrive with excerpts from the clinical business of dentistry training here at My Practice, My Business. We'll be addressing and answering questions with current trends dentists and their teams face each and every day in their pursuit of this wonderful career we call dentistry. And now the host of our show, the clinical director and president at My Practice, My Business, Dr. Rob Thorup.
Once again, thanks to all of you for being here. We really appreciate you supporting our podcast, and we hope it's beneficial. After talking with several of you throughout the years, I appreciate your feedback on the content that we've continuously been giving. And thank you again for your support. We really try to just tell it the way it is, and be able to relate to the practice of the current practice situations here in 2021, 2022, and moving forward from here. It was early in 2017 that I was lured into using a different composite filling material than I'd been using for years. I know. We all hate to change the things we're doing, but I like to break out of that status quo from time to time. And I tested it several times on conservative tooth preparations, and it was proving to be a serious competitor, to the current composite that I was using. And that was until something unusual was beginning to be noticed on a regular basis. And what's really fun is some of you might already be picking up on where I'm going, and I hope you do. Every time I asked my assistant for an A1 shade of my new composite, I would think she was handing me a used compule. The A2 compules were not much better when she handed those to me. And after several months of this happening, it dawned on me. Could the company be having issues with the manufacturing process of their composite being placed in each compule? Or could it be something worse, like intentional underloading of the most popular shades to increase their profit margins? I had my trusty dental assistant pull out a brand new compules of like A1, A2, and A3, the most common shades, right? So I had her pull them out of this new composite, and I decided to do a little test. I expressed all of the contents of A3 out on a piece of paper, maintaining the consistency of pressure as I expressed the material to maintain that uniformity so that the little worm coming out didn't get elongated or squished together, shortened. Sounds like I'm talking about an X-ray there. Right next to the A3, I expressed out all of the A2 in similar fashion. And I was surprised to find that the A2 contained about just barely about half the amount of the A3. In other words, we had about 60% of A2 as compared to A3. Then I expressed the A1 compule in like manner, and it contained about 60 to 65 less than the A3 compule. So it contained even less than the A2 in the compule. So simply stated, the brand new A1 compule contained about just a little over 1/3 of the amount of the brand new A3 compule. And I then ran several tests with different boxes of this new composite, only to find the same results. I took pictures. I recorded the events in our investigative process so that not one person could dispute our findings. And that's just the private investigative side of me coming out. This is what I do. And I'm grateful for the training that I had in investigative work years ago. As many of you know, I'm still a private investigator in the state of Utah. So I immediately contacted my dental rep and told him the story. And to my surprise, he immediately got defensive and assured me that I had probably made a mistake. or that there was a logical explanation to this investigative research that I had conducted. However, he did call the local rep of the company who made this composite and made an appointment for me to meet with her. She came to my office, this wonderful manufacturer rep who was local here in Utah and well respected here also. And I like her and I trust her. She conducted the same experimental process that I had done. And needless to say, I recorded the entire event. Again, she pulled out brand new compules from her bag. She expressed out the entire amount from each compule. Okay? With her gun. I used my gun. She used her gun. And she got the same results. She couldn't believe it. She was so shocked that she did it again. Some of my team members were present watching this, and we all watched this wonderful rep get red in the face with anger and frustration and a bit shaky with her hands as she was seeing the same thing happen. She immediately, right after that, got on her phone and called her boss and told him what had happened. And he directed her to his boss, where she gave the same report. She even asked them back in Germany if the compules were loaded based upon weight. But I had already weighed the compules, read the manufacturer's packing weight listing, the grams per unit per compule. And that was not the problem. That wasn't the problem at all. Keep that in mind as we move forward here. According to the rep, the CEO of this company just happened to be coming out to Utah for the UDA convention. This was in 2017, keep in mind. So my practice, my business, we happened to have a booth at the UDA that year. I was speaking. So definitely, we love the shows. We have really good shows out here at conventions out here in Utah. Anyway, the local rep lined up a meeting with me and the CEO of the composite company. He was coming out. She wanted him to come talk to me about this. He was to meet with me and would firm up the exact time and place during the convention where he would meet me. That's what she told me. And what was the result of the meeting? The meeting never happened. He never called back to confirm. Needless to say, I was a bit upset. And because I was thinking to myself, how many of my colleagues are being ripped off by this company? If this is happening to me, is it happening to somebody else? I can guarantee it is. And we're composite's expensive. And when you're buying boxes of A1, yeah, okay. It adds up in a hurry. Okay. And so, and my area rep for this composite company, she was upset that he never showed. It was never my intention to go public with my findings, but since that time, I have been telling every office that comes through our training about this company and their composite and my absolute lack of trust in them and their products. Can I say more? Can I not tell the truth? Am I not held accountable for letting all of you know who this is? Now, no, I'm not going to mention the company's name here in this podcast. If you want to know who it is, you can call and ask us. Call me directly. It's not my intention to destroy the company or this rep, because I like the current rep we have here in Utah, and we still use one of their products, but I will not use their composite. But and even their one product we're using, we're looking. Anyway, how many dentists in the United States have been ripped off by the unethical tactics of this composite company? My conversation with the CEO, if it would have happened, would have ended with what they were going to do to make it right with all of us across the country. Is that interesting? Sorry about my voice, you guys. It's springtime almost, like out here in Utah, hay fever. Anyway, fast forward to just a few weeks ago with an office that went through our team training. Here currently, in the last 6 months, okay? This wonderful office is from Utah County. When I mentioned my experience with this composite company, they told me they had the same problem with them just 6 months ago. Oh my gosh, I was like, are you kidding me? I was shocked. The docs thought the assistants were just handing them used compules continuously, and they were getting upset with the team. They put two and two together, ran the same test I did, and found that they were getting shortchanged by them too. Wow. This is the first time I'd heard this, and there's a lot of offices out there. A lot of you docs, you're probably not paying attention. You're probably just, it's happening, and you don't even know it's happening. So who in this company, who is this company whose ethics and morals are in question? Again, it's not my intention to drag their name through the mud because I think they are doing a good job of it on their own now. Now for the rest of the story. That rep who came to my office and discovered the same problem with the composite that I had discovered, well, she quit working for him. And good for her. And she has my trust and respect. The office in Utah County that also had the same problem were given boxes of composite to make up for the lost original amount originally that they purchased. But my question is it, when's it going to happen again? And it does. It gets worse. I was lecturing in northern Utah just a few weeks ago and got to talking with some of the dentists in the audience. And one of them brought up this issue with this less than ethical composite company. And I was shocked. 2 docs in Wyoming, 1 in northern Utah, talking about the same problem I had back in 2017. The same problem our Utah County clients expressed in training, and now again as recently as February 2022. Was it just a mistake with their manufacturing? I don't think so now. It's looking like an unethical business decision from this German company. It's a deceptive business tactic that appears to be ongoing, and someone bigger than me needs to call them out. Now then, I decided to email the CEO. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna push the issue. I'm gonna try and find out because I would love to hear from the CEO. I thought to myself, I want to hear from him if he'll answer and respond to my email, and let's see what the truth really is, and if they know there's a problem and they're trying to correct it. That would be great. But again, how many of you out there are using this composite and it hasn't dawned on you what's going on? And by the way, I think we need to watch all the companies. I really do. I think we need to watch what's going on. Make sure that you're getting what you pay for. So I emailed the CEO, and he actually responded very quickly, which I was very grateful that he did. And I said, "Dear Mr. CEO, I hope you don't automatically delete this email." This is what I wrote him. I wrote him, "Dear Mr. CEO, I hope you don't automatically delete this email as I need to address concerns regarding your product X. In 2017, I noticed compules of A1 and A2 were being shorted with the amount of composite material that was supposed to exist in them per your descriptions on the box and website. I contacted my supply rep at the time, who then put me in touch with your area sales representative, and her name is so-and-so. I took pictures and videoed our investigative findings. Then they were replicated by your local rep, and she placed a call into corporate to rectify the problem. Having said that, it appears the problem still exists. Our company had a booth at the Utah Dental Association convention, and I was one of the speakers at the convention. And your rep informed me that you, sir, were coming to the convention. You were coming to the convention. Keep that in mind when I read his letter back. And that he would, and that you would like to talk with me about this issue. I've now learned that it was you, but you decided to bypass the meeting. We train dentists and their teams here at My Practice, My Business in the clinical business aspects of dentistry. And when we come to the composite section, we have experienced multiple offices stating they stopped using your composite because the company is shortchanging them. Shortchanging was their quotes. Them with the amount of material in the compules of A1 and A2. 6 months ago, three offices made the above statement. 2 months ago, 3 docs in one office testified to the same problem, and just this past week, I wrote it just last week. One more office said they experienced the same thing. I've been asked to do a podcast now on manufacturer integrity, and I would like to be able to tell my audience of thousands of listeners that you recognize the problem and what you are doing to correct it. Having said that, it's very concerning. This has been going on since 2017. I look forward to your comments as I still use one of your products and want to support the local rep and company as a whole. Please respond ASAP as my podcast will be complete by Monday 21st at 6 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Sincerely, Rob. And here was the CEO's response to my email. Here you go. Which I was grateful he responded. But I want you to, as you listen to it, you're going to shake your head too a little bit. Dear Dr. Thorup, thank you for your email. I am sorry to hear that you are not totally satisfied with our product. Okay, it's not just me, it's a bunch of other docs. Continuing, I apologize that I cannot recall what happened in 2017. In general, the Utah meeting is not a meeting that I normally attend. However, I have been to the meeting and I liked it very much, and especially the friendliness of the people in Utah. All right, don't appeal to those emotions, please, Mr. CEO. Let's get to the problem. In regards to our product X, I am not sure if I understand the problem correctly. Okay. I don't know how much more I can say it. Okay. Therefore, here are new facts. Sorry, I was laughing. My eyes were watering. Okay. Start again. Therefore, here are a few facts, and I would like you to respond and tell me if I got it right or not. If you have used one of our older composites like A or B, you would have experienced that there is indeed more material per unit dose capsule. For these products, we guarantee 0.25 grams. For the product X, which you were talking about, we have 0.2 grams of material per capsule, like it is the standard for many other manufacturers. The good news is that we also lowered the price per capsule. Okay, all right. Gee, thank you. We want the race to the bottom. Just lower the price. I'm not going to go there. Okay, he continues. For most restorations, you will have enough material, but I understand that in some clinical situation, it makes the difference between using one or two capsules. I hope this is the problem that you experienced. No, it's not the problem I experienced. Thank you very much. You want me to make it more clear? Well, I did. Hang on a second. Continuing. However, if you believe that we do not include the promised 0.2 gram capsule, then we have to look at something else. Thank you. That's what I want you to do, is look at something else. Then he continues. Quality control is very important to our company, and I am very familiar with the procedure of the capsule filling. It is done fully automatically, and each capsule undergoes a weight check on a validated scale. Should a capsule have not enough material, it will automatically be sorted out. Okay, right there. Let's just stop. Those are what we term factory seconds in the manufacturing process. How do I know that? Because that's what, if something doesn't happen or go according to plan in the battery industry, and a battery isn't manufactured perfectly, it becomes a factory second and is sold for a cheaper amount. But this is different. This would be like taking a car battery and taking out, one of the, putting half the plates in. So instead of a 600 ampere hour battery, you're actually buying a 400 ampere hour battery. They're shortchanging the plates. I don't know. I'm liking it to things that I've done in my life, but I digress. I'll continue. He goes on. After being with our company for almost 25 years and 21 years in the U.S., I'm very confident that we deliver what we promise. Well, sir, you're not. He continues. However, I have seen in rare occasions problems with the dispenser. It's the dispenser's fault. Okay, I continue. Some dispenser nozzles don't go far enough out and therefore do not deliver all the usable content of the capsule. You probably will not discover this problem when you use capsules that have a 0.25 gram content, but it will be more discoverable with 0.2 grams. Oh my God. No, it should not matter. It just should not matter. All right? That's the bottom line. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I digress again. I'll continue. In order to check on this, I suggest to meet with our local rep, so-and-so, who is very knowledgeable. Well, buddy, I did meet with him. And yeah, he knows there's an issue. And that's why I got your email address. And not from your rep either. I hunted it down in another direction. I hope that he continues. I hope that I was able to address the problem. I am looking forward to continue this discussion with you until we find and solve the problem. We appreciate your business. Best regards, Mr. CEO. Okay, well, most people, you just shake your head, forget about it. Not me. So I emailed him back and haven't received an email response to this one. And I attached the picture. That we did with the rep here. And if you guys can envision, on the left side of the paper, I took the current composite that I use right now, and I expressed the entire amount on the paper, and there's the competitor sitting on the left. And then here's his composite. And I have, the reason why I lined it up like this, I lined up A2 at the top, then right underneath it's A3, and then right underneath that's A1. So I want you to envision the composite worm that I squirted out left to right. Just imagine that A3 worm is about 1.5 inches long. The A2 worm is about 1 inch long. And the A1 worm is about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch long. And then I sent that picture to him. I said, maybe the attached picture will help. This is your product, expressed with the same composite dispenser. Brand new compules, and this was replicated by your representative. Does this help? No response, my friends. No response. So I'm looking forward to having a fun conversation with with my supply rep this week. And I'm going to ask him if he can set up a meeting again with the local rep within the next few weeks. And I bet none of you can even imagine the drilling of questions that will be happening in that meeting. I'm freaking disgusted with the company now. I really am. I mean, it's like, just the appeasement of the letter. And I'm sure it's the gun. I want all of you to know that in 2017, they blamed the gun. Okay? And the rep came in and did the exact same test I did with the exact same results from her compules out of her bag. I guess I was just living in La La Land thinking my experience in 2017 would have stopped this unethical process to gain corporate profit margins. Nope, it hasn't. If it's not the dental insurance companies sticking it to us, it now seems to be the dental manufacturers doing the same thing. Are we tired of it yet? That's why our training teaches you how to be profitable with PPO plans and not drop them. How to be profitable within their own contractual agreements and your own state laws. But is it more than just one company who we have to watch? I'll let you decide that answer because I'm not as confident as I once was. As for me, I'm not confident in any of the dental manufacturers. And if they're being 100% ethical in their business dealings with all of us in dentistry. So my advice to all of you, check your orders. Check the contents. Make sure you're getting what you're paying for. Believe me, the reps don't want to have this kind of stuff happen because it comes back on them. And it makes it look like they're the ones that are being the evildoers of corporate profit margins being unethically obtained. They're the ones that feel the heat. It's not their fault. So if this composite company is doing this, I'm sure others could be engaging in similar tactics. So speaking of others, yeah, we're running some more battles that are taking place with other entities. Stay tuned. You're going to be hearing me do podcasts on them. But I hope you find this one, this podcast, I hope you find it beneficial. I know that throughout the years, I bought things that just haven't worked, but I've been really well taken care of too when they don't work. But isn't it nice if things work the first time? And when it comes to supply issues, it's like, this is what I liken it to. We have, there's a company here just down the street from me, not too far, that manufactures medical products like, syringes and needles and all kinds of stuff. And in their manufacturing process, if they can shave off just a portion of the plastic or a portion of the needle or a portion of anything, and they do it, and the engineers, they have an engineering department that is responsible for this, to literally figure out ways to just save, if they can save 0.2 cents in the manufacturing process, they're manufacturing millions and millions and millions of those products, and it will save that manufacturing company hundreds of thousands of dollars to millions of dollars every year, depending on what the engineer comes up with. I know some of these guys are my patients, and when I talk to them about this, it's amazing. Well, what's to keep a dental manufacturing company from maybe doing the same thing, whether it's ethical or not? Keep them honest, my friends. Double check your materials. Make sure you're getting what you pay for. Thanks so much for listening. You guys have a great day.
Thank you for being with us today. Since 2006, My Practice, My Business has been teaching dentists and their teams business skills, dental insurance contractual protocols, and state laws governing how to profitably bill patients fairly for the need-based services they provide. What's more, we guarantee our training, unlike other dental consulting companies in the industry. Simply stated, if you don't increase your net revenue, we don't get paid. We call it dental consulting the way it should be. We believe there has never been a more important time than now for dentists to experience and implement our key methods, knowledge, and business training within their dental practices. To learn more about our guaranteed, no-risk clinical business of dentistry training that is changing dental practices for the better, just go to our website, mypracticemybusiness.com, and surf our pages for additional information about our company and the services we provide. When you're ready, give us a call and get scheduled for the most profitable dental business training that you will ever experience. If you enjoyed our podcast, please leave us a 5-star review. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call us. Thank you again and have a fantastic day.